Welcome to Baker Forward. My guest today is, I have Brock Knockham. He is the Regional Administrator at Northgate Care Center. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that we're all going to be faced with in the future. You know, one of the things that I'm faced with, my sister and my brothers and I, is health care for my elderly mother. She's going to be 92 this year. And I have Brock, and welcome to the show, and thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your facility?
Sure. Northridge was opened in June of 2009, and we are a 132-bed long-term care and skilled nursing facility. We have a couple of differentiated services that we offer by way of skilled nursing and secured units.
Okay. If I was picking a nursing facility or trying to choose a nursing facility for my mother, what are some of the things, or how should I go about it? I know you have to visit the facility, but can you kind of give everybody kind of insight as to where we started?
Sure. Firstly, I'd recommend doing some research online. I would go to a couple of good websites. The Medicare.gov website is a useful website. If you go to Medicare.gov and go to the nursing home compare link, you can punch in the area that you're interested in, be it Baker, Louisiana or Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and all the facilities in that area will come up. And it will show how the government, how CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, rate each facility from a quality perspective. They have what's called a 5-star rating system. I'm proud to say Northridge is a 4-star facility, which puts us in the top third of facilities in this state. So you go to that site and you punch in the area that you're interested in, and it tells you a lot about the facility by way of how well they staff with registered nurses, with licensed nurses, with nursing assistants, how they performed on healthcare audits by Departments of Health and Hospital, DHH, when they come to see if they're following the regulations and doing the things that promote good quality care. And they also rate you on some quality indicators, which is how well do you do preventing things that are important to elderly people, like bed sores and keeping them from hurting themselves when they fall. So firstly, I'd go there or go to the CMS webpage and do some research online.
That's good. That's very good information to know, Brock. And it's certainly something that we're going to be looking at, certainly for my mother. I know. And I participate on holidays, special events.
You do.
Can you tell some of the things that you have? And I know it's important and to actually visit. And my wife and I, we try to adopt a elderly person at the nursing home to visit them, and not only visit them, but during Christmas to buy gifts for them and just come in and just spend some time with them. And that's important because they don't feel like they're being neglected. They feel like somebody loves them and care for them. Because, if I live long enough, I'm going to be in that shape also.
Right. We can provide the quality care that I spoke of, but it takes a whole community to provide that social aspect. And in addition to the activity programs that you mentioned that we conduct, I'm going to talk about Christmas, for instance. Christmas was tremendous at the nursing home. You came, other business people came, church people came, individuals, and they came and they spent their time with our residents, and they also gave gifts as well. So it was a really festive time. It was a nice time, and we have other programs that you participate in well, and the Bakery Rotary Club. We want to recognize them for our big bingo night. That's a big event for my clients. They love that activity, and we do that once a month, and we appreciate seeing y'all there, and they truly love it. So we do appreciate y'all's support.
I know I feel fulfilled when I go over, and particularly when I'm able to serve, and actually serve the meals to the
Thanksgiving,
the members that live there, and it's just a great event. We've done a little garden. We've done a garden outside.
Sure have.
I'm saying the Baker Rotary. And that's always good. A lot of folks had their gardens at home so they can come and they can go out and they can do these things. Some of the activities that they were able to do before, and that's a great thing.
Absolutely.
How do residents pay for your services?
Well, there's a variety of ways that residents pay for service, and I'll go through a couple of them. The primary way that people pay for services in the nursing home is through the Medicaid system. The Medicaid system is the primary funding source, and that's the state of Louisiana. Another way is the Medicare system, and at Northridge we have a couple of different ways that are sort of unique to our facility. We take Humana insurance, and we also take VA contracted residents for people that are service connected. So people pay privately as well and use private insurance, but there's a variety of ways that people pay for their care in the nursing home.
How do you see the health? Does the health care bill that's in effect now, is that going to affect y'all in any way?
Yeah, it'll certainly affect us. We're kind of waiting and seeing how these things affect us because there's so much unknown, and we'll take that as it comes, and we'd like to get a little further down the road and see how that'll affect us, but we're not exactly sure how it'll affect us. So we're waiting anxiously to see how, and hopefully that doesn't compromise the care that we give them, but I don't think it will. We're dealing with the elderly folks, and I think the government knows the priority that we have to make to take care of elderly.
Yeah, I know one thing that we tend to look at when, you know, and when you get old, you're not useful. And I know when I go over there, I see activities being conducted. Right. People feel involved, and people feel that they're part of the community, and they get to know each other and get to socialize among each other. Do you have any long-range plans for the facility right now that you want to share with us?
Well, we have a few. Over the next 6 months, we're going to be making some refurbishments, so you'll see some newness to the front of the building, just working on making sure people have a place that they feel that's nice and looks nice. We don't have a newer facility, so we'll be making improvements along that front, and probably starting that in the next few months to next 6 months. And in addition to that, we continue to enhance our activities programs. Those are some of the things that we have upcoming.
Well, I appreciate you being on the show, and thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
WLFT joins all TV stations in our area, reminding you to rescan your digital TV sets so you can pick up all of the new TV stations, which are broadcast free over the air. Hey, you bought the new high-definition TV, so now enjoy the free over-the-air entertainment like the new Country Channel on 30.3, featuring 24-hour music videos and concerts direct from Nashville. More new channels are planned, so change the batteries in your smoke detector and rescan Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to Baker Forward. My next guest is Mrs. Williams, Elaine Williams Robinson. And Ms. Robinson is the utility building supervisor. And Elaine, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about the utility system.
Sure. I'm Elaine Williams Robinson, originated from New Orleans. I came up to the great city of Baker after Katrina, and I absolutely love being here. In addition to, I was hired in utility billing, and it's been fantastic. And
you want to tell us about some of the things that you do in your job responsibility?
Okay, my job responsibility, other than supervising the utility office, is utility billing, which is a part of what we do 3 times per month, which we have 3 cycles in which we work with.
And I know it's important that our customers, we have over 6,000 customers.
Yes, we do.
And some of those are actually inside city limits and some outside.
Yeah, we have 52,000 inside and about 800 outside.
Yeah. Now, what we try to do is we try to work with people. We try to make sure, but it's important. What are some of the, if a person is having a problem, Ms. Elaine, what should they do? What should they do to try to resolve the problem?
What the customer, first of all, should do is contact us And we do apologize because a lot of times we're extremely busy and they're in a call tree and their calls may roll around. If not, come in and talk with us. I'll be happy. You can ask for me or ask for the director, Mr. Alice Sanders, and we'll be happy to speak with the customer, take the time to talk with them, see what the problem is. We're not very interested in their whole personal life. We just want to be able to help them. And the only way we can do that if the customer comes and talk with us, we'll be happy to.
And I know it's important because you may get a bill that you think's unreasonable, and I know if they come in, we'll send someone out to take do a reread on that meter to make sure we do have the correct reading. We're not perfect. We definitely make mistakes.
Definitely.
But we're willing to own up to our errors and make the corrections. So, and there was recently some changes in policy that the council approved.
Yes, sir. I can go in detail with that. Originally, the policy stated that by 4:30 on a Tuesday afternoon, 1 week after your bill is actually due, you had to pay your bill. With the new policy in place as of February the 1st, the customer is allowed to pay their bill three ways actually, either online, in that online information is accurate, or by telephone. And if they can't pay it by phone, they can just drop by the night drop and put it in before 8 a.m. and we'll be happy to take their payment because at that point they're not getting any penalties, any late fees, and they won't be on the cutoff list.
And I know by the council proposing this, and this is what they wanted, and we, as a mayor, I vetoed that ordinance because I felt that it was gonna put a problem or create a problem by having to keep customers off overnight. Right. Because if we bill and get all those drop offs during the night before we can process, before we can start cutting off, right, we have to process that. And I know the first time it was after about 3:15 before we actually finished the cutoff. Well, the Public Works guys go home at 3:30.
That's correct.
So if you fail to pay your bill, you turned off, you come in and pay it, it will be the next day before we can actually.
It's actually the next business day, and it's really hard for the utility department because the last thing that we want to emulate is that this is what we enjoy doing. We want the customers to be able to come in and pay their bill. We want the customers to be able to be reconnected the same day, but as a result, there's so many customers that are cut off that, right, we can't get to everybody the same day.
No, you can't, and you have to take them in the order that they came in to be fair.
Yes, sir.
You can't jump or play favoritism.
That's correct.
With it. I know that we're trying to work with the customers, do all we can to make sure that we have an avenue. What I've suggested to people, particular people that have working hours that are in the same as the utility office is open, and you can do a bank draft.
Yes,
and
definitely.
You can bring in a check, write void on it. You can do a bank draft, and you will never be have the problem of being turned off because that's your protection. And when you get your bill, if you're not satisfied with it, that bank draft is not sent right away.
No, it's not.
You can come in, you can dispute the bill, and if there's a correction to be made, we'll make the correction.
That is correct. We'll be happy to make any corrections on the bill. And with the bank draft, whenever the customer does come in to do a bank draft, it actually takes 1 full month before it goes through, so right, the next bill they'll have to pay. But if there's any discrepancies, we want them to come in with their bill so that we can process it and we can actually change it to the amount to what it should be, right, before the draft actually goes through.
And another thing, we've gone to water meters, and this has reduced the amount that is actually paid to Baton Rouge sewer. Right. As a result, we have we do the average Baton Rouge sewer because of the ordinance of East Baton Rouge Parish.
That's correct.
It takes into account November, I think December through April, right?
December through April.
Through April, and those average. And that's what you end up paying. Many citizens of Baker actually pay half of what it normally would be, because it's I think it's up to over $35 for the regular fee.
Right.
And of course that's now is based on your water usage.
That's correct.
4,000 gallons for $15.90, and
and $36.74 for 8,600 gallons.
right.
That's your new customers coming in with your new rates. Yes.
Well, Miss Elaine, I certainly appreciate you coming in, and we thank you so much. And
thank you again. And if anything that we can do for our great citizens of Baker, we want them to come in, ask for the supervisor, the director, and we'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
Okay.
Promoting your business in these competitive times can be tough. You need to use everything possible to stand out in the crowd. Your vehicle is an asset most companies overlook when advertising. Now you can promote just like major companies by wrapping your vehicle with eye-catching graphics. Frogskin Graphics wraps boats, cars, trucks, and buildings. No job too large or small. Full-color banners, window graphics, and signs designed, printed, and installed by professionals. 683-9595.
Welcome back to Baker Forward. Our next guest is Chenard Franklin. Chenard is the CEO of Connectivity 2, and he handles all the technical stuff that I don't know anything about as the mayor, so I trust him. And some of the things that we've done, I want him to talk about some of the new technology. Chenard, appreciate you being on. And thank you
for having me, Mayor, and thanks to the residents and the citizens of Baker for allowing us to serve y'all in this manner. We've made some, what I believe to be some tremendous changes in Baker. We went through a major system upgrade here in the last couple of years where all the IT systems that run the financials, the utility billing, the facilities and everything, we upgraded that and made a fully integrated web interface. We've also, in the last year, released version 1 of the city's website, and we'll actually be releasing version 2 of that website come June of this year also. One of the biggest things we've also done is for the utility billing department, you can now go online and make your bill payment online without having to come into the office and make those payments. So that was one of the biggest hurdles we wanted to do, was give the citizens more access to reach the employees and stuff and get their bills paid more convenient.
I know, Chenard, we've been through a conversion since you've been there. Well, we went to a new software program, New World, and I know that was quite challenging for you, and we certainly appreciate the time and the effort that you put into it. And you want to comment on some of the issues that we face, and also we did go in through put automated water meters in.
Yeah, and that you mentioned that probably was one of the more difficult of the tasks during the conversion to complete, was because basically we had to retrofit all the water meters and change those completely out, but then also make sure that those new electronic water meters that are actually read via wireless now, integrated back into the system. And so one of the things we wanted to make sure we did is we didn't create duplicate work for people where in the offices before, people would, you read the meter, somebody had to bring that meter in, then they take it off that paper and somebody enter it in, and you take it from that paper and you ship it up to accounting. Well, now we have that whole process flowing through an electronic document. So that data is entered one time or gathered one time, and then it's all the way through financials and processed before, you get another human interaction in that aspect, which is saving the city a ton of money. We've also recently, one of the biggest things we did is we redesigned our entire telecommunications infrastructure. We redesigned all our video, voice, and data systems, and we reduced our cost almost about 20 or 30% on that, redesigning those systems throughout the city.
Over 3 years, I think it comes to what, about 100 and...
About $130 $30,000 savings to the city over a 3-year term.
3-year period. And that's by combining our services with Cox Communication.
Yeah, we worked with Cox to redesign a lot of our systems. And in that redesign, we actually were able to increase our services, but at the same time save money. And so now we have more bandwidth, which will give us more speed, access and everything. And all our departments and all our buildings now are actually connected on one single network. And so that's also eliminating a lot of redundancy in equipment and services throughout the city.
And all the information is backed up every night and stored off-site.
Off-site in data centers that are spanning across 3 different regions in the United States. So in the case that we often have here hurricanes of that nature and stuff like that, we're able to recover that data in a matter of not days but hours now, and bring that data back online so that the city can operate in a functional manner.
I know you're developing a website for the city. You want to talk about that? And this website is obviously going to have forms and stuff and information on it that can better assist the citizens of Baker.
Right. We'll actually be expanding the current website a lot more, and that we'll also be pushing a lot of the from the city council and things of that nature, the minutes and the notes and that stuff will be actually available to the public on the website. Also, we'll be enhancing the graphics and putting more of the social networking feature that everyone's hearing about now. You'll have that social aspect, and hopefully I'll be able to talk you into maybe getting into doing some blogging and everything on that website.
Right. And I know, one of the things that I have on the agenda is electronic sign up front to be able to communicate. I think we need to make sure that we are doing better. We have better communication with the citizens. We're letting the citizens know what's going on and making sure that we're providing them with the latest information.
Right. The bid process is, the research process for that sign has been started. Right now we're writing the specifications for the RFP, which should go out by the end of the month, and hopefully in the next month or so we'll have that new sign up. And it will be a fully digital sign, so we'll be able to get more information out in a timely manner.
Well, I know that by connecting all the buildings together, in the event there is a disaster, I know you have a backup plan as to how we're going to handle that.
Yeah, we actually have a backup plan for the backup plan.
Right.
Our primary plan is we do have a disaster recovery center, which is the new fire station on Groom Road. But then even from that, we have a third system where we can move those systems because of the way that we redesign the network. We can move that data center at any point to any one of those buildings, and we can also move to like the police department, or even in a crunch maybe down to the facilities part where we are there. And so really with all our buildings being connected, any one building offline does not bring the network down.
That's good. I know we've put a generator down in at Public Works. We can operate without power. Police station, fire station, we're self-sustaining there. And we are in the process of trying to get a generator at City Hall that actually run the entire city facilities that and done a disaster to be able to run and keep the air conditioning on and keep, whereas we can house citizens if we need to.
Yeah. And one of the other things that we're talking about City Hall, Mayor, is don't forget that we're doing some major upgrades to the auditorium there.
Well, and Tenard, I appreciate you being with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.